I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no given. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. They don't wanna when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need the brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo! Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Woo! Watch how I set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch how I get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner. Got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm aligned with the winner about the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah. Ain't no L's. I gotta get it. No call it quits. Yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move. You might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move. You might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move. You might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move. You might get knocked out. Knocked out.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell them all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on. And I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see they missed the boy, they get a tantrum on.
Yo, what is going on, fam? Yes, indeedio. We are back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We are back.
It's OG time, man. It's OG time, baby. What's up with y'all?
We are back. You know what? I gotta say something real quick though. This is nice.
This is nice. This is nice.
This is
Oh,
nice.
man.
You know what? Before we even get into it, fam, it's New Year's Eve. I got the
shit.
bottle ready, baby.
Hey,
we
I'm
do
with
got
you.
a shot for later.
I'm with you. I got the shot for later. I'm gonna start with the whiskey. What you got
I mean,
there?
I got my Brugal, of course.
Okay,
You know,
nice.
like
All right.
The regular.
I'm
But
going with the house stuff tonight.
I need to do a little rum and coke to start my day, and then yes, indeed, we are taking a shot for 2023.
Oi, seven!
You already know, fam. DS is back, baby. And let me tell you something real quick.
Get some
It's the
ginger.
OG DS, so be ready for what you're going to hear on this. You never know, because Francis, I told him before, he said, hey, Pete, the yams are back. I said, all right. So apparently we got the yams on deck.
Listen, man, y'all already know, man. I had to bring everything back. With the OGs being back, everything comes back. All the original stuff. I mean, it might go off the rails. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is.
It's very, very possible that this one is going to go ahead and go off the rails at some point. But it is what it is, guys. Do me a favor. Smacky that likey.
Yes,
Hitty
sir.
that subby. You know the
Yes, sir.
deal, fam.
Me likey.
You're damn right. Me likey a lot. Salute to everybody out there.
Salud. A todo el mundo. Look, it's New Year's Eve.
It is.
New Year's Eve with the Spittaz. This is dope. Like we didn't plan it this way. It just kind of fell into our lap, right?
You know, that's the crazy thing about life. You know, sometimes, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't planning on ever doing a show with you again, and here you are. So ain't nobody ever planned on shit. And here we are. It's like
Nah,
the spin is
hey.
just, we came right back at it, and now we're
It's a
ready to
fact.
rock and roll, man.
Nah, it's a fact. You never know how things gonna work out. We were just talking today. Pete was like, "Yo, it's the first time OG cast of DS since September of 22."
September 11th of 22. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. It's been over a year. I mean, but look at us. I mean, just look at the upgrades. Look at how clean things look. I mean, yo,
I mean, we look good. We look good. I mean, we look good. There's no
You see
denying
Pete
that.
set up in the back. He got that shirt right there. And I mean, I'm telling you, y'all see that?
I love it.
Y'all
I love
see
it,
that?
Man. I love it. I love it. But of
The
course,
setup,
you know,
man.
we obviously got some baseball, you know, the thing called the base of the ball. But there we go, man. We got our first super chat of the day, and I got some new sounds, folks. And this is something. This is a good one for us. I think you're gonna like this, Francis.
Okay, let's see it.
We're basically the NWO of this thing. I mean, we are basically the New World Order of this
Oh
thing right
man,
here.
it's fire though because our color's black and white too. I fuck
Black
with
and
it.
white. I mean, look, I saw it today. I said I got to play, but it is from our good friend Hirsch. Hirsch says, Happy New Year's, Pete Francis and NYYU. All the best in the new year from the MVP. Yes, indeed. And I like, you know, Hirsch is a cool cat. You know that already, right? He didn't say, let me give $20. My man did 20, 24. Love this guy. I absolutely love this guy.
They don't make
I
him
love
like
this
Hirsch.
guy.
They don't make him like Hirsch.
They don't make him like Hirsch at all.
Let me tell you
That
something.
much. But Francis, I mean, I know you. There was a lot of things that you've been busy, so you haven't. You know, the fans haven't got to hear much from you in regards to where the New York Yankees currently stand. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
as
I've been
of
saving
right
it,
now,
saving it for this first episode, bro.
there it is, and we're ready to rock and roll. And DS
Yes,
is
sir.
back, and you know, to everybody out there, we got a lot of new subs since September 11th of 2022. We got a lot of new subs since then. So
Hey,
if
let me
you're
tell
like,
you.
oh my God, this is some new guy here. No, Francis is not a new guy. He started the
No.
show. My original co-host. That's why it says the OGs are back.
Yeah.
And again, man, I'm extremely, extremely happy to have Francis
and
back.
I'm
He knows that.
extremely happy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And again, things happen in life. And I mean, I think it's kind of been explained already, but Francis, you're more than welcome if you feel the need to explain anything again. But Francis is back,
I'd love
man. He's
to.
ready to go. But
Yeah.
please, before we do that, we do got a super chat from our good friend, Ra, the one and only Thompson.
Hey.
You're simply the best.
Ra, you deserve that first one, by the way. Simply the best. Francis set up in his backdrop of Green Grove Community Center with the tree back there. Yes.
Listen.
You guys
Ra, you giving away all the secrets, man. I tried to throw people off with the little Christmas tree in the background. They don't know where I'm at. But yes,
He's at
ladies
the
and
community
gentlemen,
center. I had to hit him up. I'm like, bro, where you at? He's
I'm
like,
at
bro.
Green Grove
He's like,
Community.
bro. He's like, I'm at the center. I'll be on in a minute. I'm like, damn, come on. What are you doing at the center, fam?
I was, it's a very. Let me tell you something about New Year's Eve at the senior center. You guys might think that your grandparents, they get old, they don't party anymore. It's not like that. Here at Green Grove, it's a very festive environment. I mean, it's a couple hips have been dislocated today, and there's gonna be a couple more dislocated before the night is through. So listen, man, Green Grove, shouts out to Green Grove.
Oh man, shouts out to Green Grove. This podcast is sponsored by Green Grove
Green
Community
Grove,
Center.
yes, sir.
My God.
This is man, reporting live from Green Grove. Ra, love, brother, love. I'm happy to see
course.
all the the OGs are back on screen, but also we got all the OGs in the chat, so it always feels
Facts.
good. Also,
And before Francis goes into his thing, I want to give a shout out to the Bronx and Nothing yesterday. If anybody missed that show, do me a favor, go back and watch it again. I told you guys, Mario and Kev are stars. They did an unbelievable job. I talked to them afterwards, but Mario and Kev are absolutely phenomenal. You guys missed that show yesterday. Do us all a favor, go watch it again. And look, you got a lot to look forward to in 2024. We'll get to that at the end, no question. But Francis, go right ahead.
no, yeah, man. Look, I just wanted to say, thank you guys, the fans, for having me back, receiving me back. I mean, I came back, I guess, towards the end of the 2023 season and stuff like that. But I mean, look, Pete said it, man. Life happens. Life happens to people. And your boy Francis, go back into around this time, 2022, a little bit after that or whatever, had a lot going on, in the personal life. So I stepped away. I mean, stepped away is a really politically correct way to put it. So let me be honest. I ghosted. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not gonna front with you. I really ghosted.
Jump in there and be like,
I really
hey, bro,
ghosted.
come on
I
now.
ghosted. The thing is that even if I don't say it and you don't say it, Jira's in the chat, so she's gonna be
she's
like,
gonna say it.
she's gonna be like, he was a ghost. He was. So I'm not gonna front with y'all. I definitely ghosted. My wife is in the background agreeing with me that I ghosted because she's also on Pete and Jira's side, not my side.
Yeah, 100%.
Of
No doubt
course.
about it. No doubt.
But yeah,
about it.
I ghosted because had a lot of shit going on. And I ghosted family at the end of the day. I mean, just going through real shit. Definitely. I guess I could say I had, I had a breakdown that I never really thought that I would. And maybe I want to say this to everybody who's out there, a lot of you fans listening and stuff like that. Don't think that you can't be the one to get overwhelmed or to take a little bit too much, to bite off a little bit more than you can chew, because it can really happen to anybody. And that's literally what I went through. And if I didn't have the supporting cast that I do in my life, and if I didn't have family, my wife, and obviously like Pete and Jira, who when I came back into the fold, they heard me out, welcomed me, and you know what I mean? We were able to, repair some of those, mended fence, mend fences, I think they say.
It took a little while.
But that's real shit. I mean, we real people, bro. At the end of the day, it's like, it's not going to be, an overnight type thing. And I respect it. But that was the most important thing to me, was that even if I never got back on this camera, even if I never got back on this channel and was able to talk to you guys about baseball and the Yankees, who we all love so much, the most important thing to me was the relationships. And that's why I was super happy that we were able to mend those. This that we're doing right now, this is just a bonus. This is just, I mean, shit, man, we really about to take it to the next level and take over everything. So this to me is a bonus. The most important thing is the relationships that I have with Pete, with Jira, with people like Rob, with people like Hirsch, with people like Rod, the fans, I saw Enzo in the chat. He mentioned the twins, man. They're still around. I love the twins, Alex and Luca, but like
my guys, man.
Everybody, bro, everybody. Look at this team, man. It just grows. I mean, I left and came back. Oh, we had Hector, we got Mario, we got Kev, bro, I mean, this is a great freaking team. So like, whether you're on screen or not, you just want to have the relationships and be a part of it with people. And I'm grateful to be able to say that I am. And going into 2024, I will be. And we got so much shit planned for 20. So just get used to me, man, because you're not gonna get me off your screen. the ghost is done. The ghost is done. Cheers.
The ghost
to that.
of Francis Lee is in the past. And what I would also like to say is this.
Those were the days.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna spit my own drink up, but we do got a couple of super chats from my guys, and then guys, then we're gonna get into talking Yankee baseball. All right,
I promise.
I love Francis. That's my guy. It's my brother, man. Look, he knows this, man. We had a little conversation. I said, all right, you know what? I'm welcoming you back with open arms, and that's all it was, man. With arms wide open, and Francis is in the fold. He's a very, very important part of what we do, and man, oh man, is 2024 important for us. Guys, we're kicking it off in March, spring training live, over there in Tampa. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. But let's get to the couple of super chatties we have in here. First from my guy, Medina. Oh, what you guys know about the whispers, damn it? He says, have a great new year, guys, and God bless you and your families. Guys, and a shout out to the MVP of NYY Underground, Jira. I know 2024 is going to be great for NYYU, and let's keep this movement going. Happy New Year, fam. All love from me. All love right back at you, Medina. And then, of course, our brother, DJ Stelio, says, what do you call a duck that's on drugs? A quackhead. No? All right, how about this one? Where do cows go camping? Upstate New York. What's up, guys? Happy New Year to the OGs. I gotta love this guy, man. I gotta love this guy. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He said, what else we got here? I just saw another one. The OG Spittaz are back. Jonathan Alvarez. Yes, indeedio, my guy. But Francis, let's go ahead and get right into it today.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about the big things out the way, right?
Yeah.
Is that Juan Soto has been added to the New York Yankees.
Yes, sir.
You go back far on my Simonetti Soares days.
Yes.
A consistent, basically yearly from me, was Juan Soto to the Yankees. Was like, please try to figure this out.
It's a fact.
Try to get this guy here, right?
Yep.
The Yankees get that done, and it feels like a unbelievable offseason is about to happen. Of course, then Yamamoto, because we were waiting for the Yamamoto, that doesn't happen.
We were.
And now we're sitting back going, they have a chance to blow this offseason. They really do. They got a chance to blow this.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Judging the way that it started, right? To say what you just said is absolutely crazy, because it's like starting a game and you go up 5-0 in the first inning. You would think there's no way you blow that game, right?
Right.
But it feels like we're in the 6th inning and we let them get a couple runs on the board, and now it's 5-4.
Yeah.
And you're right. The Yankees can possibly blow this offseason, even with the acquisition of Juan Soto.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that is truly the scariest thing about this. And now what every single show is gonna be about going forward. We know this already.
Yeah.
We know this already. What every single show going forward is gonna be about is how do they get pitchers in this rotation?
Plan B,
What is
plan
it?
C.
Who is the guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Montas just got $16 million. How in God's name did Frankie Montas go out there and go, I'm going to go 1 1/3 innings and I'm going to make $16 million? I'm telling you, Francis, how you're not in the bullpen right now warming up your arm, I don't get it.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I'm looking at some of the money these people are making. It's not even just, Montas. You got guys like Lorenzo, the Giolito deal. The Giolito deal. Like, I'm not, I mean, I think we've spoken in the past about Giolito. Definitely in 2022, we spoke highly of him.
Yeah.
We know that since then, he's come a little bit down to earth and stuff like that. He's a solid arm, though, right? No disrespect to him. But, I mean, the guy's making almost $20 million a year. Like, that's crazy. Like, when you think about it, with the numbers he's coming off of, $20 million a year. I mean, there were people complaining that the Mets gave Luis Severino 13. That deal looks amazing.
It could be a
steal. Looks
steal.
amazing now.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Montes pitched 1 1/3. Sevy pitched more than that.
Yeah, facts.
Sevy pitched more than that, and Sevy only got 13.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just goes to show you, like, I mean, starting pitching especially, is at a all-time premium. We just saw Yamamoto sign the richest deal in history for a starting pitcher. And the kid didn't even throw a pitch on U.S. soil for an MLB team.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, you're 100% right. Where do we go now? Like, that's what I've been seeing as like the battle cry on Yankees Twitter. Like, what's plan B? What's plan C? What's plan D?
Yep.
I mean, you can go so many different ways. I mean, it's crazy.
And we're going to get into that. But we got a super chat here from the one, the only Macho King. And look, man.
Yeah.
Macho King is the guy won the MVP award. No, he didn't win the MVP. He won the Rookie of the Year. Well deserved. And he is the cream of the crop.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
He is certainly the cream of the crop. He goes, Happy New Year's. Oh, yeah. NYYU is number 1 in 2024. Go Soto, go. Judge, go. Martian, go. Cole, go. Rodon, go. Yankees and God bless NYYU. Designated Spittaz the cream of the crop. I didn't even see that. Look at that. Perfectly timed. Go number 28. Yeah. And then a good old dig it. Okay? A little dig it in there. But let's get right into it. We got to talk about who the starting pitchers could be. And let's be real here, man. I'm going to ask you this and you tell me what you think.
Okay.
Do the Yankees make a move on the free agent market? Or do you think they leave that alone?
I got to be honest with you, with the deals that free agent starting pitchers have been signing, I don't see the Yankees making a move in the free agent pool. And I really think it's based off of what I started with. Like when you look at Montas, when you look at Giolito, when you look at Lorenzen, and then you look at what's left in Jordan Montgomery and guys like Blake Snell. I mean, I don't see how Blake Snell gets anything less than $30 million a year AAV.
You would assume. I mean,
and
like
I'm
coming
not
off of Cy Young, he got to get paid, right?
Right. I
Shit,
mean,
Montas got $16 million coming off
Exactly.
1 1/3 innings. You're like,
I mean,
damn.
let's be honest. The Yankees signed Rodon to 6 years, $162 million. That's 27. That's 27 AAV.
Yeah.
Rodon was 29 at the time.
Correct.
Right. So he's 29. No Cy Youngs, but coming off a career season. And he's getting 27 million a year AAV. If I'm Blake Snell, I'm coming off winning my second Cy Young. That's one in both leagues, and I'm 31 years old. The 31 years of age is gonna limit my years, right? Like I might not be able to get 7, 8, 9 years. No, that might be a dream. But if I'm gonna sign 6 years or 7 years, then the AAV is gonna have to be high if I'm Blake Snell, right?
Right.
So he's probably looking at 30, and 30 might be on the low end, Pete. Like I could.
You're not wrong.
I could see people saying I'm crazy already just on like Twitter and shit. But like if Blake Snell got 32, 33 million a year AAV, 34 even, would you be shocked?
Shock me. No, not at all.
I mean,
look what people are
we've
getting.
seen.
Yeah, look what people are getting. And Chris Hogan, shout out to you, brother. He gifted a membership. It goes
Hogan.
to our guy, William. I wish I had a little Hulk Hogan thing to play right now, but you know something, dude. But anyway, man. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It kind of feels like the trade market is going to be the best route for the New York Yankees to go after.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, again, going back to Monty, somebody's going to pay this dude. I see cats going, maybe he'll take a 3-year deal. Why? Like, somebody's going to pay Monty.
Monty, a 3-year deal.
Yeah, like, come on. I've seen a couple of people on Twitter say 3, 4 years. I'm like, nah, hold on a second.
Guys,
Wait a minute. Guys.
Giolito got 2 years.
He got 2 years, $19 million a pop for doing dick. He did dick.
They think Giolito got 2 years and Monty's going to sign for 3 or 4. Like,
nah, Monty is going to get paid. And now you got to ask yourself, and this is one thing that me and Dane talked about a lot. Are the Yankees willing to once again commit another starting pitcher for 5+ seasons or 4+ seasons, whatever it might be? Let's just say 5. Are they willing to go now? We got 3 guys locked in that rotation for multiple years to come, getting paid quite a bit. And is Monty that guy? That's what you got to ask yourself.
yeah.
Is Monty truly that guy? Now, we know he's been basically Mr. Consistent, but is he worth the type of money and the years to lock him in that the Yankees would have to give him? 1, and 2, would he really want to come back to the Yankees? If the money's right, I guess, but would he really be like, yeah, they're my first bet?
The money's gonna talk, and you're right about that. But what have we seen so far? And it's not. I'm not gonna reopen Pandora's box with the whole, the Yankees and spending and things like this at the end of the day, because I think I've said it on the past. You said it. It's not that Hal Steinbrenner doesn't spend money. Steinbrenner spends money. It's how the money's been allocated over the years. You have to ask yourself, if you're the New York Yankees, if you're Brian Cashman and the Brain Trust, does it behoove us financially to sign another deal right now with a 31-year-old starting pitcher in the realm of $200 to $250 million? Like, maybe it doesn't cost that much. There is a way. Don't get me wrong. Like, because remember, Monty's also 31. Also 31. Him and Blake Snell are 31. Here's my thing. Might be crazy again, but it's just opinion. If I'm signing a 31-year-old pitcher, I'm gonna go with the one who won 2 Cy Youngs, right? It's not a shot to Monty. Why? Because Monty's already done it here in the Bronx. So if somebody tells me, you know what, I go with Monty there, I respect it. Why? Because he's done it.
Right.
But we're talking about a guy who's won a Cy Young in both leagues, a guy who's, when he's on, his stuff is nasty, a guy who we also know already has decent relationships with players on the team.
Good friends of Aaron Judge, by the way.
Yeah, Aaron Judge is his boy. Like, if I'm spending money on a 31-year-old, on one of these guys, I'm just going to spring the extra $2 million a year, 2, 3, 4 million a year it's going to cost me to get Blake Snell. Because at the end of the day, Monty's not going to be far off of that number, which I think a lot of people are misrepresenting where Monty's market is going to go. What he just did with Texas is make himself a ton of money. That's all he did.
No doubt.
He just made himself a ton of money. He's going to get paid a contract that a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, he's not worth that. But guess what? I mean, look at Eduardo Rodriguez, right? He went to Detroit on that deal, it out, and just signed another deal with Arizona. Like, these guys are getting paid. They're getting paid. Like, you can't say, oh, this guy's not going to get this, he's not going to get that. You can't say that truly anymore. No. You can't. I'm not shooting at Erod or whatever, but guys, I mean, is Eduardo Rodriguez a guy that you thought about like in the last 2-3 years? Like, oh yeah, this is one of the top 10 pitchers in the game. No,
not at all. You didn't even think about him like that.
But he's getting paid money in years. He's getting money. Now it's happened. Two teams have given it to him in what, the last 3 years? Am I wrong? How many? I forget how long he was with Detroit. But My point is, Eduardo Rodriguez has signed two very lucrative, very player-friendly deals in a handful of years.
No doubt.
So why do people think that Montgomery's not going to get paid or Blake Snell is asking for too much? It's like, no, it's where the market is, guys. It's just where the market is.
Yeah, and I don't know if I see the Yankees doing it. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't shock me if all of a sudden there's breaking news, Yankees signed, I want to say re-sign. It's not. But they signed Jordan Montgomery again. It wouldn't shock me one bit. But Alex with the super chat says, Happy New Year's to the NYYU team and community. Very grateful to have come across this channel and have that place. I can't see. To have that place to come to for Yankees content. Look forward to 2024. Many blessings, Alex. We appreciate you, brother. But getting into the trade market now and what is available.
Yeah.
Now, you asked me for this show to say, what's one name, one player, if I could trade for, who would it be? That's realistic, of course. That's nothing crazy. And I had a tough time because I do believe there's two. I agree with yours too, by the way.
I think there's two also. That's why I was like,
two.
let's pick one to make it hard.
Actually, it might be three. It might actually be three. And we'll talk about all of them. But I'll start with you to tell me who would be your trade. And I don't know, maybe we talk about what it would take.
Yeah. Okay, so my guy that I went with, if I could choose one player to add via a trade that I think is realistic, is Shane Bieber. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start you guys, and just as soon as I say that, look at this guy. Just look at us. Look at us.
Ain't that nice?
You know what I'm saying?
That's nice. You know what it is? You know what it is? I tell you, it's this right here.
Come on.
That's what it is. Me likey.
Look at Shane Bieber. You see a lot of blue there on the page. Maybe some of you guys get a little skittish when you look at that. Oh my God, it is
a little scary.
It's a little scary. Let me tell you something about Shane Bieber that a lot of people maybe forgot. There's a friend of his, a good friend of his, that happens to already be in the fold with the New York Yankees. Goes by the name of Matthew Blake.
Hey.
Okay. Maybe when you look at some of that blue, maybe a reunion with Matt Blake is what he needs to turn that blue back to the red that it was when he was in connection with Matt Blake. Now, I'm not saying that Matt Blake is the pitcher whisperer just yet, but what I will say is, we need to start giving Matt Blake his flowers and his credit. I mean, it was a stroke of genius what happened at the end of the season with the New York Yankees in 2023. Like, being able to say, look, we're gonna bring Michael King out here, give him the starts as a starting pitcher. Cashman was not like, look, we know Cashman is a guy who has prospect hugged in the past and stuff like that or whatever. When it comes to taking risk, he's not ever been the real risk taker GM, right? That's not really been his MO. What they did with Michael King at the end of the season was a big risk. Why do you think he was willing to take that risk? Somebody had to have told him and made him feel secure that this was going to work out. And I would bet money that it was somebody by the name of Matt Blake, right? Because Matt Blake knows what they had in Michael King because he was working with him and such. So I say all that to say, if he could do it with a guy who before the end of last season looked like he was going to be a career bullpen guy, you're telling me he can't do it with a guy who 2 years ago was an ace? Come on.
I mean, even you could even go further back. 2022, he had a 2.88 ERA.
Yeah, right. I'm saying 2 years. I'm saying 2 years ago because mentally I'm already like in 2024. But you're right. It was a year ago.
Yeah, and look, I'm gonna, as DJ Steele says, what do duck hunters eat with cheese? Quackers. What's up with him with ducks today? Steels, what's going on with you and the fucking ducks
Is there like a duck thing with New Year's or something?
Did you kill a duck? Did you like hit a duck and the ducks are on your mind?
He probably hit a duck. He
might have hit a duck. He might have hit a duck. Might have hit a duck. But
take it to Vesuvio. Artie can cook it.
Artie Bucco. Get Artie Bucco in there to cook it up.
Get Artie Bucco in there to cook it up.
Let me tell you something on that one.
I don't like that kind of talk.
I don't like that kind of talk. But look, I'm gonna steal something from my guy Kev from Bronx and Nothing yesterday. He brought this up. That ground ball rate is still sexy.
Yeah.
It's still attractive for a guy like Bieber.
Yes, it is.
And let's
especially
be real,
in Yankee Stadium.
whether you wanna say Volpe's a Gold Glover or not, he won the Gold Glove and he has good range. That we know.
That he did.
DJ LeMahieu right now is a third baseman. DJ LeMahieu looked great no matter where he played last year defensively. We know that too. Anthony Rizzo, from everything we know, is back.
Yes.
Right? We believe he's back. Second base as of right now is Gleyber Torres. I don't think that's going to change. I got a feeling the Yankees are going to try to put their best offense out there, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good defensive infield. It's not terrible. Is it the best? No, but it's not horrible.
It's
Bieber
solid.
would not. It's solid. He wouldn't be a bad option. And let's be real here. It feels like a Brian Cashman move.
Let's take it even a step further. Why do we say that it feels like a Brian Cashman move? He has 1 year remaining before becoming an unrestricted free agent after the 2024 season.
Yep.
We are talking about the Cleveland Guardians here. All right, guys. No disrespect to them, but this is not a team who has shelled out the deals for their players in the past. I mean,
Correct.
they were able to finally come to an agreement with J-Ram, of all players, right? It shouldn't have taken you that long to find an agreement with J-Ram. I mean, it's one of the best switch hitting, third baseman, just fuck third baseman. One of the best switch hitting players in all of baseball. And they were haggling with the guy and he wanted to stay there. Like when an organization struggles to get deals like that, like, that they're not in that market, like for the big players. Now, pair that with what we were just talking about in the starting pitching market. Guys like Montas getting 16 million, guys like Giolito getting almost 20 million. We're talking about guys like Snell possibly getting over 30 million AAV. Even a guy like Jordan Montgomery, at 31, he's probably looking at 27, 28, million a year in the deal that he's going to sign. What do you think a Shane Bieber is going to get at 30 years old as a free agent? I tell you one thing, whatever you think that is, it's going to be out of the Guardians price range. So what does that mean? It behooves them to trade him. Will he have more value now or at the trade deadline? Likely now, right? So Cashman needs to be on that phone making that deal, because this is normally where the Yankees come in. We don't get the guy a year and a half from free agency or 2 years from free agency. We've seen that before. We didn't do it with Cole. We didn't do it with Verlander even. We always seem to be the ones that we show up like, okay, we're going to get him. It's like a year before the free agency or something like that. So this is why Shane Bieber makes the most sense to me, because with 1 year of control remaining, how much is Cleveland really going to ask for? And on top of that, if you needed any indication on whether or not Cleveland likes the Yankee, players from the Yankees farm and stuff like that or whatever, look no further than the deal that we just swung with Florial. I mean, look at where Florial was on our depth chart, and they swung a trade for him because they think pretty highly of him. I'm sure there's a couple other guys in our system that they think highly of.
Yeah, no doubt.
We could swing a deal.
And let's be honest. And again, when it comes to a guy like Shane Bieber, they'll try to highlight what he's done in his career.
Yeah.
The Yankees are going to look at, hey, he's 1 year left. He's going to be a free agent. He's coming off of a year where he wasn't too good. The analytics don't look amazing. There's a lot of stuff here that we see that do not look great.
The peripherals don't help.
Correct. So when you're making a deal like this, you're talking about something that, again, if they sit there and go, well, we're demanding, one of your top prospects, you sit back and go, well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Seriously, we'll go somewhere else. Let's get real here. We're not looking for that. Now, if you want maybe something along the lines of, maybe a lower level starting pitching prospect plus like a Ben Rortvedt or somebody that's controlled, that's close to major league ready. That's all, to me, in my opinion, what that's going to take. There's no way they can answer for a Spencer Jones. Even Everson Pereira, in my opinion, is like, I don't know. We probably do better than 1 year of Bieber for Pereira. Now, if it was a straight up deal, I think you got to be smart and go, yeah, I'd probably accept that deal, to be honest, just because the Yankees desperately need pitching.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Bieber
we
feels
wouldn't
like
let
a
Pereira
decent
stop
candidate to come back and have a decent season. He kind of feels like that.
Like a bounce back guy.
Especially with Blake and with Cole there and all these guys.
Exactly.
It kind of feels good.
That's the exact point right there. Like, he's a bounce back candidate. Yeah. Especially if we get to pair him with Blake and Cole and Rodon. Just get him in a winning environment, a little bit of pressure. I mean, that can go one of two ways, and we know that, but I agree with you. I don't think this is something that's gonna, be like, oh, the Yankees are gonna have to gut their farm, because you've been seeing this shit on Twitter too recently. The last couple of days, there's this sentiment among fans that the Yankees, they're gutting their system or something like that. Like, because
people who say that, they don't know the Yankee system. And that's why
I'm
you
like,
should be
who are
subbed
the-
to NYYU. That's why
Thank
you
you.
should be
Yeah.
subbed here, to watch the Farm Report and let
Yeah.
Dane and Carlos
Tell you.
teach you a little bit.
Exactly,
Because even when the Soto deal happened, everyone go, oh my God, they got rid of everybody. And Dane's like, yeah, no, they didn't.
Yeah,
Not
what
at
do you
all. I mean, they got all these other guys coming. Like Thorpe hurt. Thorpe kind of does
Of
hurt
course.
a little bit because he's the one in that deal where you go, damn, like Drew Thorpe was getting hyped up as somebody that was going to help next year.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, now he's gone. Okay. So now we got some other things to look at and think about.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the people going, they can't trade for certain players because they don't have enough. Like, bro, you don't know what you're talking
Come
about.
on, guys. We just
Sorry to tell you, you don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's these, when I see these sentiments start like running crazy on Twitter, it makes me grateful that we exist, NYYU, because like it just shows that there's a lot of, uneducated fans out there who don't know exactly what the hell they're talking about. And it's like Pete said, if you don't know about our system, there's no better place to learn about the system than the Farm Report with Carlos, and the Farm Report with Carlos and Dane. Because when it's not just knowing the cream of the crop, because that's what it is. They know the big name. They know the Chase Hamptons of the world and the Spencer Jones. Right. But like, you need to learn a little bit more about your Will Warrens and stuff before you
Henry
start
Lalane.
saying, yeah, like,
I mean, there's a lot of
before
guys
you start
down
saying
there.
There's nobody down there. We gutted our pitching. It's like, no, we still have a decent number of arms. Now, could that use replenishing? Of course. Yeah, of course.
Brock Selvage. There's a lot of guys.
And I think,
but
I think we will. I think we will replenish that. And I think what have we learned? I think as fans, right? Like, what have I learned from listening to Dane and Carlos? And I think I've learned that over the last, I want to say 3-4 years, especially, I learned that I really like what the Yankees have been doing in their pitching development department.
No question
like
about it.
The players that they've been bringing in have been good. Like the last couple of years, they've been developing and bringing in the right arms. So the fact that we just traded away 4 arms to San Diego doesn't scare me as much as it would if this was maybe like 6-7 years ago when I didn't love the arms that we were bringing up out of the system. But
it's not like you had one top guy that gave that guy up, and now it's like, all right, we got a bunch of Jeff Carstens.
Pete, look at
a bunch of Jeff Carstens in the minor leagues. It's not
Pete,
that anymore. It's different.
The simple fact that we were able to send them 4 guys who all 4 of them, you're like, yeah, all 4 of these guys look good. Like to me, that's crazy. Like
it is,
bro.
It is.
Johnny Brito found a real good spot in that role at the end of the season, coming out of the pen. Randy
He's
Vasquez.
one of the guys I'm going to miss the most, to be honest.
Nah, it's true.
real.
Yeah, that role. I mean, it's an interesting thing to see who's going to step into that role coming into this season. But like, I don't know if it directly goes to heel, if they go more to heel as looking into the role. Who knows? But when I look at Brito, I look at Vasquez, obviously Drew Thorpe, minor league pitcher of the year, and then Michael King. These were 4 like very, very good arms. So if all 4 of these arms came from the same system, like why shouldn't we believe that we can't do it again? Like we have guys in the system right now.
It's just not knowing. It's not knowing your system. And I'm going to get into. I'm going to get into 2 different players here any second. We got a couple of super chats.
Oh boy,
the great Raw Thompson. He says, I'm sorry you have to go after Snell. He's 71-55 with a 3.20 ERA. He's 31 years old, but the Yankees gave A.J. Burnett a 5-year deal at 32 years old, and Snell is the better pitcher. Then we have one here from David. He says, I don't see Yankees signing a free agent, but what I can see is trading for Bieber, wait till the end of the season, then pay him to come back. Well, we'll have to wait off on that one. I don't know about all that right now because they do got a lot of young pitchers coming up. But
pay him to come back.
When it comes to what Ross said on Snell, here's my only thing with Snell. When Snell is healthy and he makes his starts, he's one of the better pitchers in baseball. Problem with Snell is he hasn't done it. He's done it twice, and in those 2 years, he won the Cy Young. That goes to show you his talent. But at the end of the day, it shows you that he hasn't been able to be consistent. Do you want to pay for that inconsistency? And I get it. He could maybe go on a run, but let me just throw something out there about Snell real quick. There's a reason he's not signed yet. And I hate saying that. Snell's a really good pitcher to still be sitting out there being like, look, everybody missed out on Yamamoto.
Yeah.
How quickly could they have said, hey, we gave that dude 300. Let's offer Snell 225 real quick, 230.
And
Nobody
that's
did.
it's funny.
At least we know of. Nobody did yet.
And it's funny that you jumped like right to 225, 230 because that's my prediction for him is literally right like 231. I think if I do the math,
That's what I think. Around 230 something is what he's gonna end up getting.
I think. But let me see, 33 for exact 231. Like me personally, like okay, like the highest I would be willing to go like no, like not $1 more is like it's 7 years, 230, 231. Now, am I saying that that's what he's going to get? Like that he won't get more than that? No, I can't say that because look at what's happened. Like he could get, maybe he gets 250, but if he got 250 from my team, I'd be really concerned.
That's my thing. And I think, I don't want people to sit here and act like we don't like Blake Snell. Trust me. Because if the Yankees sign him, I'm going to support the fuck out of Blake Snell.
Of course.
I'm going to be sitting here and be like, yo, we just got a Cy Young winner. I'm expecting him to be on the mound.
And a guy who came from our division. A guy like when I look at Blake Snell, one of the things that's attractive to me is his knowledge of pitching in the AL East.
Attractive, okay.
I mean, hey,
I had to put a little NYYST into this show.
So I look at him and I'm just like, a guy when you have guys who have that, experience in the American League East.
Yep.
I think that's really invaluable when you're a team like the New York Yankees because this is not a cakewalk division. Like you're coming here, like even when the Blue Jays are bad, you're still talking about a team that features Vladdy Jr., Bo Bichette, last year Matt Chapman, George Springer. Like these are not easy teams to face. You know what I mean? The Boston Red Sox, they finished last in the division, but Tristan Casas is a professional hitter. Rafi Devers is an amazing hitter. Masataka Yoshida, another amazing. Like there's no easy lineups really in the AL East. So when somebody has experience there, like Blake Snell does, and then when you look at a page like the page that we're looking at right now,
he's fucking animal. He's an animal.
Like it's hard not to give the guys credit, but I say all that to say what Pete says really should open a lot of eyes. Like there is a reason why 2-3 days after Yamamoto, somebody didn't just jump the gun and say, okay, we missed out on Yama, but let's just, Snell's right there.
Francis, he won the fucking Cy Young.
Yeah, and he's 31. He's not 35.
It's not like he was just decent. There's serious concern about the inconsistency of his career.
No, you're right. You're right. There's it's warranted concern. I think is what we're trying to say here. It's not just like, okay, this is bullshit though. Like your concerns are, it's hate or, it's whatever. You're blackballing him or there's some other bullshit going on. No. Guys, the concern with Blake Snell is warranted concern. It is warranted concern. Now, what do I tell people? Look, if you're going just off of last year, it's not going to tell the full story. Last year, he pitched 8 innings less than Jordan Montgomery. So it doesn't show what teams are looking at. Teams are looking at those years in between the Cy Young with Tampa and this year's Cy Young. Mm-hmm. Those years in between are the years that scare the shit out of the team that's going to eventually pay this guy because you just don't know. If you're talking about giving a pitcher like him 7 years, that's a lot. You're talking about paying him until he's going to be 38 years old.
It's a big commitment. It's a big commitment.
If he had bad seasons at 28, 27, 29 years old, then what are you going to expect when he's 35, 36, 37? Like, you know what I mean? And at the same time, you're giving him $33 million a year those years? Like, come on.
And you can also almost say, if you didn't like the Rodon deal, would you like this deal? And it's going to be more money.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. Carlos Rodon is the same type of thing. It's like, when he's been on the mound, there's been absolute dominance when he's been healthy and made enough starts.
And this is the point. And a few guys already on our team have made it, but I'm gonna hammer this one home. The Yankees wouldn't necessarily be in this situation right now if it wasn't for Rodon shit in the bed in 2023. Right? That's right. Like
he put them in a hole, no doubt about it.
We signed Carlos Rodon to be the number 2 behind Cole. The plan. I mean, guys. The reason that Pete has been saying, because you said it a couple of times this week, like, look, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Yankees end up going into this year and not doing anything else. And it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. But here's why it's not out of the realm of possibility. Because last year they went in with pretty much the same rotation.
Yep.
It was pretty much the same thing, save Montas, who only pitched a inning and a third, and Sevy, Okay, but right now you got Nestor there, you got Schmidt still there, you got Rodon there, you got Cole there. There's one spot that's really in flux if you think about it, but they also have young arms who they could give a shot at in spring training and say, look, that's what we're going to go with, and say that we believe in the three-headed monster in their head, because it's not really a three-headed monster, but they could say to themselves that they believe in Cole, Rodon, Cortez. They could say that.
And they probably, knowing the Yankees, they probably will. So,
but at the end of the day, if Rodon shoved last year, we wouldn't have an issue with that, because we would say,
no doubt.
I mean, we got Cole, we got Rodon, like, you know, Nestor's all right. Schmidt, you know, is pretty solid too. Like, let's fucking go. Let's ride with it. The issue is Rodon didn't.
And I agree with what Chase just said in the chat. And Chase, I'm about to get into what my trades would be. He says, we need two pitchers very badly. And I'm going to talk about why we need two pitchers very badly. But first, our guy Jeff J, the GOAT, Jeff J says, on my last flight of the year, heading home from PR, and my NYYU fam is must see YouTube. Happy New Year, fam. Here's the Hal and trash can, giving Baboon a real rotation and bullpen to go in our revamped lineup. And we got DJ Steele says, the thing that scares me about the prospects is that besides Judge, the Yankees can't build an elite star. We need to stop prospect hugging and trade for the pitchers that we need to win in 2024. I'm actually going to get right into that. Cody Keats says, Happy New Year's. I got love for you all. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeff J. Appreciate that.
I got to get right into my guy, man. I have to, because I don't care what anybody says. I tweeted this yesterday, and this is my hopeful. It's not my logical. It's my hopeful. And the reason why it's not logical to me is because the Yankees are fucking stupid. But my guy is this man right here, Dylan Cease. I think you already knew this, Francis, but Dylan Cease is my guy, folks. I'm going to explain to you why in many different ways. Last year was a rough year, but let me tell you something. His fielding independent pitching was a lot better than his year actually was. I believe his FIP was into threes, high threes, mid to high threes or whatnot. But the year prior, 2.20 ERA, and on top of that, there was a lot of shit wrong with the White Sox last year. I'm not sitting here making excuses for Dylan Cease, but it was an absolute trash can of a season for the Chicago White Sox. They were a mess. I mean, the infield was ass. Couldn't field, couldn't hit, couldn't pitch. They couldn't do nothing last year. Dylan Cease is controlled for this upcoming season and the following season. Telling you right now, man, if you are going to get somebody and you're going to be willing to take a little bit of a hit on the prospect side, this is the guy to get. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. This is the guy to get. Dylan Cease is a guy who we talked about getting a Blake Snell or getting, not Blake Snell, getting Bieber with somebody like Matt Blake or Garrett Cole. How about getting him? How about getting Dylan Cease? The minute you bring him in, your locker is right there next to Garrett Cole immediately because you're similar.
Put him between Cole and Rodon.
Francis, 3 years of 200 plus Ks. He takes the fucking ball.
Did he? And I'm not mistaken when I say that he coincided with Rodon.
Yes.
So they this is a relationship that they have. Yeah.
He takes the ball.
He does.
He gets the ball and he throws the ball. He gets the ball and he throws it.
He picks things up and puts them down.
Thank you to Hirsch. He picks things up, sets them down. Thank you so much to my guy Hirsch. Cole would make Cease better. 100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dylan Cease, guys, I see Yankee fans comparing this guy to somebody on Twitter. I couldn't even respond to him. He said he's basically Clark Schmidt. I said, are you fucking nuts? I couldn't even respond to it. I said, are you out your fucking brains? How much crack did you smoke before you tweeted that out there? Dylan Cease is Clark Schmidt? Are you kidding me?
If Clark Schmidt was Dylan Cease, we wouldn't even be looking at the pitching market.
Not at all. We'd be sitting there going, Clark Schmidt at 200 plus Ks. He strikes out 11 to 12 batters per 9. He gets it together. That'd be good to go. But look, man, and I know I got Dane in here, and Dane doesn't want to possibly surrender. Let me tell you guys right now, some of you might hate me for this. Spencer Jones, Will Warren, and whoever the fuck else you want, it's a done deal. I'm bringing this guy in. Do you want to know why? Yankees need it. Do you want to win in 2024 or go to sleep? There's a chance on where we are right this instant right now.
Yeah.
That the New York Yankees rotation could be horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be horrifying. Spring training comes, God forbid Carlos Rodon is injured. He can't make a start. He's not ready for the year. Somebody else goes down. Think about this. Who the hell is the Yankees starting five?
No,
Luis Hill becomes that number 4.
I tell you like this, and I'm almost afraid to utter this on live, but I have to because like it's a realistic possibility that we have to all accept. If Garrett Cole was to get hurt,
oh my God!
Like this is the issue. Man down, no, legit. Like
Never made it.
no, and I hate like literally like me saying it. It bothers me physically. It hurts to say that sentence. But we have to, it's a realistic thing we have to think about, guys. The situation that the Yankees are currently in, if Garrett Cole was to go down, we are fucked royally. Like there's nothing that we can do. It's done. It's done. And nobody wants to think about it. But unfortunately, that's baseball, Susan. Like shit like this happens. Can you afford that in 2024 with 1 year of Soto? Is the only thing that you have guaranteed at the moment. 1 year of Verdugo, the only thing that you have guaranteed at the moment.
I just
Torres,
want to repeat
another
this
one.
again when it comes to Dylan Cease. 2021, 32 starts. 2022, 32 starts.
Thank you.
2023, 33 starts.
Come on.
I'm sorry, folks,
takes the
and
ball.
I get it. And look, the reason why I said the possibility of this, it's hard for me to believe it, is because the White Sox, Chris Getz is in a position where he could say, here's what I want. If the Yankees say no, he could go, okay, no problem. We'll keep him. We got him for 2 years. It doesn't matter to us.
I mean, we need
We
somebody
don't
to take
have
the
to
ball.
trade him.
No, they don't. They need somebody to take the ball.
Yeah, he could sit there. I mean, their rotation is a mess. So he could sit there and just
Exactly.
be like, look, we do not have to trade this guy. So with that
They can wait until, and they're also one of those teams that can say, oh, we'll just wait till the deadline when you're more
the
desperate.
deadline could be even a better time because now you got it for a year and a half and it's still going to take a while. Let's say, for example,
2
he's
playoff
more
runs.
of a 2022 Dylan Cease.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are offering whatever the hell they need to get him.
Exactly.
You got a couple of super chats here. Our guy Kev Cruz from the Bronx or Nothing with the super chat. He says, my guys, tell the fans to stop looking at Cease's ERA when Yankees have Matt Blake. If the stuff is there, best believe Blake finds it. Francis, my abuelita says, hola, buen mozo. Buen mozo?
Hola, buen mozo. Ay, Dios.
Okay. I got a little off on that
Nah,
one.
you got it, though. You got it, though.
All in 2024 NYYU. Randy says, they say the cost to build Yankee Stadium was just over $2 billion, but that's just a ballpark figure. I see where you're going with that, Randy. I see where you're going with that one, my guy.
I like it.
David says, could you see Monty and Cease with 32 starts apiece? If that was the case, David, look, the Yankees would be in absolutely great shape. But the guy I want to talk about really quickly is, and this is realistic to me, more realistic, is Edward Cabrera.
Ooh, look at that page.
Edward Cabrera is absolutely filthy. I mean, if you guys have never watched Edward Cabrera pitch, go pull up a highlight reel and just look at this kid pitch. Now, the big thing that sticks out like a sore thumb here is he has trouble throwing strikes.
Yes.
Other than that, the kid made 20 starts last year. A lot of people in the Marlins system thinks he is prepared for a breakout. But the good thing for the Marlins is they have a shit ton of pitching. They have a shit ton of pitching.
Pitching galore over there.
Pitching galore.
Literally.
But look at what you're seeing here from Edward Cabrera. He throws 4 pitches, a fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Everything that he throws is above average. Every single 4 pitches he throws above average. Again, you get this guy with Matt Blake. You get this guy with a Garrett Cole. He's 25 years young, 6'5", 217. He got a pitcher's body. You get him with him, and you let this guy go. I believe a deal around Everson Pereira and Oswald Peraza is a win-win for both clubs.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very, very logical type of trade because both players are controlled for years to come. So it's not like you're sitting there going, oh my God, where we got to spend money on this guy in a year. No, not really, not at all. You're basically saying we don't have a shortstop.
Exactly.
Oswald Peraza is our shortstop.
Yeah.
Everson Pereira could either DH or play the outfield at any position.
Yeah.
And potentially, like Dane gives a great comparison. At his ceiling, he's like Justin Upton. A lot of power, a lot of swing and miss. And
Listen,
that's who he could be. And who the hell wouldn't take that, especially a team like the Marlins? I think that's a very, very fair trade.
it's a good deal. And if they, to be honest with you, if that's like, okay, that's what headlines the deal, and they want like a couple lower level, like to fill out their lower levels of the prospect area, then I do it. I do it in a heartbeat. Here's the thing with a guy like Cabrera. I mean, that's not even just a guy that we're looking at. Oh, you got him next year, and then you got to no. He'd be here for a while.
A while, yeah. No
And
doubt.
you're looking at a guy that you're going to be able to work with to develop. And when you look at the page that you just put up, like that sticks out to me. But what sticks out to me more is the fact that we'd have him for several years, and he'd be able to grow within this organization. He's a guy who, again, like, maybe, at this point, people don't care about this comparison, but you remember when Sevy first came up, like there was an electricity to him, the stuff that he had, his energy out there. Cabrera gives me a lot of that attitude, right? Like he's a competitor. He's not a guy that I worry about. You bring him to New York and he's maybe going to like shy away and shit like that. No, I think he'll thrive over here, especially with the team that we're putting out there this year. The team that the Yankees have right now is all vibes.
And let me throw this out there real quick, too. He was in the top 95 percentile for off-speed run value.
Yeah, which is the break.
That means the break on his off-speed pitches
is ridiculous. It's nuts.
And on top of that, he averages 96.2 miles an hour on his fastball.
And to put that into even more perspective for guys, this is a kid, one, right? Doing this in a time where the rest of the league is experiencing the transition because of the ban on sticky stuff and stuff like that. In a league where most pitchers are losing run on a lot of their pitches, this kid is one of the pitchers out there with the most. Like, that's why, the point that you made just speaks volumes. You get a guy like this with Matt Blake, and the possibilities are endless. There's a lot. So it's like, I mean, my question is like, is Cashman on the phone with who is it over there? Because I know Ing is gone, so it's like,
I don't know who that. I'll be honest with you, I got no friggin' clue.
Who's calling the shots over there in Miami right now? That's a good question, but I hope that Cashman is on the phone with them and seeing like, hey, like, what would it take? Because you're right, that is the probably best case scenario is Cabrera and another arm to me.
Yeah,
at this point.
That's what they need, man. And getting back to when we talked about Johnny Brito left, and it kind of opened that hole that he was pitching in, that 2 to 3 inning middle relief guy. Yankees are down a lot, maybe 4, 5, 6 runs. He could shut a team down for 3 innings to get back in the game. Yeah. Or he's just one of those guys that fill a gap. He's very, very good. Very, very good in that role. Let me tell you who else was also very good in that role. Clark Schmidt was very good in that role.
Not wrong. It's true.
You get two starting pitchers. Clark Schmidt goes right back to that role. And there's another guy that I would really love for the Yankees to go after. One more, which I don't think is possible, but I want to bring his name up anyway because you never know, because Brian Cashman is best friends with Neil Huntington from the Pirates.
Oh,
Mitch Keller.
Mitch Keller.
There was rumors about them trading Mitch Keller. I highly doubt they will. The kid found it last year. 200 plus Ks, just absolutely was brilliant. But maybe one of those deals where it's like, look, we'll trade you some of our young guys for your young guy. I don't know if that's possible. But again, I guess what we're saying here is the Yankees need pitching. The Yankees desperately need pitching. They cannot enter this year without adding to this rotation, bro. They'll be shooting themselves in the foot. And what a mind fuck it would be to add Soto, of all people.
Yeah.
And then get nothing else.
No. I mean,
it would be one of those off seasons where I'm sitting there going, I'm so excited, I'm so happy, let's go, to being like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Now who the hell's gonna who's pitching?
I mean, that's why I opened it with the analogy that I did. It's like this offseason started like one of those glorious games that you watch as a fan, where it's like, and I'll give the fans a visual, right? It's 2 years ago, probably, maybe 3 now. Ohtani's pitching in the Bronx for the first time, right? all the talk leading up to that game. I remember just here, Otani's taking the ball. He's going to start in the Bronx, this and that. He's having a career year. They're talking about he could win the Cy Young and the MVP, all this jazz. He comes out in the first inning and get his shit pushed in. I mean, literally, the Yankees smacked him around. All right. I mean, after the first inning was done, we were up like 7-2, right? That's how this offseason started.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like we were up big. Like, the offseason started, we got Verdugo, we got Soto. It's like, whoa, like, shit, we're up big. But now, you know, the Yamamoto thing, as much as, you know, we can joke around, because I'm one of the people, you guys see my Twitter. I've been joking around with it now since he's gone or whatever, and, you know, throwing shots at him and shit like that. Make no mistake about it, though. I wanted the guy.
Hell yeah. Of course.
I wanted the guy, and I still think that the Yankees needed a guy like that. And it really is a punch in the gut to the Yankees now, because now we got to see if Cashman can get creative, because Yamamoto was a no-brainer. That doesn't take a lot of brain work. That's just money. Like, here you go. Sign on the dot. But now you have to think. Now you have to use your head. If you're Brian Cashman, you need to be in the war room, like, figuring out, okay, so who's it going to be? Right. And I like the way Pete is thinking. And I really pray that this is the way that Cashman is thinking, because I go with a guy like Shane Bieber because that's the obvious Cashman move. Right. But if we're really talking about breaking away from what the Yankees have been the last decade, then Bieber's not the guy. Right.
Yeah.
And I like him, but he's not.
They got to
the
make
guy.
an impact, man.
No, it has to
make an impact.
It has to be a guy like Cease. It has to be a guy like Cabrera, something like that, where, you know, okay, it's gonna hurt because they're gonna end up trading more good prospects.
Yeah.
And like you said, I know Dane would probably be pulling his hair out, right, with some of those prospects that end up.
He's like,
going,
I ain't moving Jones. I'm like, bro,
like
look,
that.
man. And I know you like Warren. I know you love Jones. If it comes to Dylan Cease, you almost have to do it, because they got nobody.
But Pete, let's put it like this, all right? Like, and this is, Dane knows this, so I'm not even speaking to Dane here, because I know Dane knows this, because I feel like nobody knows.
We love that handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, we do, because this guy, I'm telling you, Dane is a fucking genius when it comes to this, with the prospects, the farm stuff. Like, there's not very many better minds when it comes to prospect evaluations and stuff like that, which is why we have our own prospect ranking, not because, you know, we just wanted to add some shit. It's like, no, because we have some really great minds who know what the fuck they're talking about.
Facts.
But I want to say this to the fans out there who worry, right, when they look at the deal for Soto, and now they look at the possibility of the Yankees swinging another deal that will cost more prospects, and tell them, this is normally how a successful organization will do it, though, right? You're building the MLB product right now. So at the MLB level, we have Aaron Judge, right? Who, I don't even think it's an argument, me personally, he's the best hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
To me. People can argue, but you can argue with yourself. I think Aaron Judge healthy, there's not a better hitter in baseball than him, right?
Facts, no doubt.
To pair with him, this year we went and got probably the guy right behind him, as in terms of hitting, right? In Juan Soto.
No question.
So you're talking about, I mean, like,
and what a big hitter late in games too, by the way.
Exactly. A clutch
in close
guy.
games, Soto's an absolute monster.
Exactly. A clutch guy, right? When you have that at the MLB level, right, it behooves you to build around that, right? And to do that, some part of your organization is going to suffer. So what has suffered? The farm system. But that doesn't mean that it won't get replenished. Maybe right now what needs to be done is, yes, maybe you kind of do gut the farm, but the result of that is a super strong, solid major league team. Now, while that major league team is playing this season, the next couple of years, our farm directors, our, you know, scouts and stuff, it doesn't mean that they rest on their laurels. No, they get back in the lab looking for the next guys that they're going to draft and sign with international money.
And look, the Yankees are always ahead on the IFA. We talk about that a lot.
Exactly.
And look, there was a report out of Japan again confirming, by the way, just so everybody's aware, confirming what me and Dane have been talking about, that Roki Sasaki is likely going to pitch his final year in Japan and then come over. That was just a report as recently as a couple of days ago that came out that confirmed that he probably does have that opt-out clause, considering they're even talking about this. So and I'm not saying that, you know, the Yankees are guaranteed to get him, because at that money, he's going to go to whatever team he wants to go to. It doesn't matter. He could take $1 million. It doesn't matter. He's going to go to it's not about the money. When you do this type of move, It's not about the money. He's just going to go wherever the hell it is to go. That's all there is to it. And they have that. But again, we haven't even talked about trading Brandon Beck. We haven't talked about trading Henry Lalane. We haven't talked about trading Brock Selvage.
No.
There's a lot of guys in the Yankees. Roderick Arias, Brando Maeda. The list goes on and on. The Yankees have talent that is being replenished at the lower levels of the upper level. Jared Serna, who might really be one of their better prospects overall. He's killing the ball in Mexico right now and playing the outfield because his arm is a cannon. There's a lot of good stuff happening in the Yankee system. To sit there and say I can't trade a certain player, then you shouldn't be the fucking GM of the Yankees. That's
But do we believe? But the question that I bring is like, guys, I believe in the people who built this farm system. Now I believe in them. I didn't. If you would have asked me 6-7 years ago, no, my belief was in the fucking shitter. Like when everything came up and we had the baby bomber era, it's like, okay, I was at the place where I was like, okay, I need to see it. Okay, yes, Luis Severino, the idea of him, great, it's cool. Gary Sanchez, the idea of him, it's cool. Miguel Andujar, the idea of him was cool. Aaron Judge, the idea was cool. Fast forward all these years later, where's Gary Sanchez? Where's Severino? Where's Greg Bird? Where are they?
Greg Bird is, by the way, leading the Australian League in home runs, thanks to our good friend Christian who let us know that.
Yeah.
We got a super chat by L.I. Yanking. He said, I'm sorry, but the Yankees are dumb because how do you start a washed-up DJ LeMahieu at third base when Peraza is better for 2024 and Shane Bieber is the smart move and salary dumping DJ LeMahieu is a smart move. I got one thing to tell you, L.I.
You told some of the biggest lies that I've ever heard of in my whole life.
But here's the thing, L.I. I like Peraza. I knew Peraza before you even knew who the frig he was. I love Peraza. But let me tell you something about Peraza at the end of the day. Yeah, we could talk about the consistency. We could talk about he hasn't done it.
It hasn't happened here yet.
I'm sorry, it hasn't happened here at this level. That's all there is to it. I love the kid.
You can argue he hasn't been given the look. You're right. He hasn't been given the look. So let's ask ourselves, why hasn't he been given the look? Because the powers that be do not agree with giving him that look. So here's what guys like me and Pete say. If you're not going to give the guy the shot, don't Florial this kid.
No, exactly.
We can't do that. We can't do that. Like we can't, because Peraza is a talent. We know it. The Yankees know it. There's plenty of other teams in the league that know it. People will want this guy. We cannot allow the Yankees to Florial the kid.
No.
Like if he's the piece that gets a deal for Cabrera done, I don't know how you look the other way and say, I'm not doing it because then that means DJ's my starting third baseman. Then so be it. Like, guys, and I know it's mainly just LI with the DJ shit or whatever, but it's like, guys, look, we knew what we were getting with DJ when we gave him the 6-year deal. We knew. Okay,
we knew
like
there would be a decline eventually. He's old. He was an older player at the time. But here's the thing, too. And I talk about this a lot when it comes to DJ LeMahieu. When the Yankees brought him over, he wasn't meant to be playing every single day as it was. So
remember the
question? Still
question?
Be in that role. That's the role he should be in.
The question that they had was, where was you going to put him? I mean, let's fast forward. Rewind to DJ's first year with us. He was not in the opening day lineup.
Right. That's right.
This is a guy who finished that season being one of our better hitters on the team. Yeah. But he was not in the opening day lineup. That is the role that he probably thrives in. Not even probably. Like I think that's the role that he thrives in as a fact. But
plays all over the place.
And we got a couple guys. I mean, we got him. You got Cabrera's another guy who you can plug and play in different places. Losing Peraza is not like it's gonna kill us. I mean, we know Volpe was always gonna be that guy, and now he won the Gold Glove. Like, there's no turning back. Like that's the point. That's the point right there, Pete. Like, is Volpe going? Volpe's not going anywhere. Now you might say, oh, but if Volpe gets hurt, it would be good to have. Yeah, it would be. But I mean, how many teams do you look at have Gold Glove shortstop as their starting shortstop, and then a guy like Peraza as the guy backing him up? It doesn't really happen, because normally when you have two guys like that, you move one of them to get a need.
You're 100% right, but I got to bring this up. Li says, and I said it was stupid to re-sign him. Li, if we want to go back on your history for real, because I'm not going to take this shit no more, to be honest. It's about to be 2024. If we want to go back on your history, you also said the Yankees should trade Volpe and about 6 players for Patrick Corbin. So
Yeah,
let's
come on.
we
No.
can go back on your tweets here and talk about all the
He
moves that
said-
you said the Yankees. So if you want to go ahead and pick a time where maybe you could be right, God bless you, kid. Pat yourself on the back, get your fucking Lubriderm,
It's
and
a
go
God
have fun in
bless
your
you,
room.
kid.
All right,
God bless you,
you, kid. All right.
Listen, Eli.
Let's take it easy now.
Eli,
Talking
let's
about your
take it-
your great ideas you've had.
Eli, let's take it down a notch. You talk about losing Peraza will kill us into no. Losing Peraza will not kill the
Don't even
Yankees in
play him.
2024. You know what will kill the Yankees in 2024? Not trading a guy like Peraza for a starting pitcher
Bingo.
to add to this
Bingo.
rotation, because as
Bingo.
currently constructed, let's call a spade. Let's put all the cards on the table right now. The Yankees don't add another hitter. Their lineup for 2024, I'm rolling.
No doubt.
The lineup offensively, what I'm looking at right now with guys like Verdugo, guys like Aaron Judge, guys like Juan fucking Soto, who is a fucking Yankee. Okay.
Can't believe it. I'm so
I'm
hyped.
fucking rolling with that lineup. Let's talk about the bullpen. All right. Let's talk about the bullpen. Yeah. You got guys like, Wandy not in the fold. Okay. That cool, right? Luis Heel is coming back. Scott Efros is coming back. You got
Correct.
Clay Holmes there. Loaisiga's already training. He looks fucking jacked. He looks amazing. Okay. You added Yeri De Los Santos. You adding Cody Miller. Now, now guys who, when you look at the numbers, I don't know. Look at the peripherals and think about what Matt Blake can possibly do. If one of those guys, not all of them that we brought in, if one of them is good, our bullpen is going to be very freaking good in 2024.
And it's
So
also
now,
a plus where you can move somebody.
on top of that, now put those two aside, lineup and bullpen, and look at the rotation.
This is as clear as day, man.
After Garrett Cole, there is nothing but question marks. In the number 2 spot, we have Carlos Rodon, who has shown in the past that he has ace level stuff. In 2023, he showed that he was not an ace that season. So going into 2024, the question is: 1, health; 2, when he is on the mound, is the dominance going to be there? Is he going to have his best stuff, or is he going to be in his head? Is what happened in 2023 what we can expect for the duration of this contract, or is he going to bounce back? Question marks. Clark Schmidt, young guy, right? Been given the opportunity, but not as much as what we just saw in 2023. 2023 was like that first real full-size run on Clark Schmidt.
And he had 2 solid months in May and June.
Exactly. Now, what do we look at with Clark Schmidt going into 2024? Can you repeat that? Can you turn that 2 solid months into 3.5 solid months? Can you get that ERA, to somewhere, mid 3s to low 3s? Like, I'm not saying that Clark Schmidt has to be a 2.75 ERA guy with 200 strikeouts and 200 in it. No, I'm not saying that. But Clark Schmidt is a guy who, if he gives us the innings and pitches to a 360 something ERA or 370 even, which I know is not pretty to a lot of people, if he's pitching to a 3.7 and giving you 200 plus innings, that's exactly what the Yankees need. The issue is, I don't know that he can do that. So he is also a question mark. Nestor Cortez, do we even have to ask that, Pete, at this point?
At this point, nobody knows.
Who the fuck? Nobody knows with Nestor. And then who's our fifth starter?
Will Warren or Luis Heel.
Which,
you know what that means?
Questions.
Well, that just means we got to take a shot for the health of the rotation. That's
I
all that means.
You know what?
We got to take a shot for the health of the rotation.
Let me show you my Batman shot glass.
That's the one you got. Look at mine. Look how Dominican I am. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, man, you can't. Wait.
It's not focusing. It's like, oi, 7. I think my sister got me this Batman. Let me show y'all what up. This is for Juan Soto. I'm busting this out for Juan Soto, man. I only break this out in the special occasions. Now, by judging by how much of it is left, you could tell I've had a couple special occasions recently. But let's do a shot.
When Soto signed on December 6th, you took a shot of that?
I took 2 shots of it the next day when I woke up.
Facts.
But let's do it, bro.
David says Cole is
health.
dropping the ball for the New Year's NYC. So I do have it, if you don't mind, Francis. I mean, if you want to start, you want to give you a salute, you could go ahead and give you a salute.
Yeah, man. I like where you started us off, man. For the health of the Yankees rotation, without it, we're nothing. Without it, we're nothing. And listen, our guy Simon always says Aaron Judge is a gift from God. Lately, I've been throwing it in there that Juan Soto is a gift from God too. Un regalazo de Dios. Yeah. But can we also speak to the gift that Garrett Cole has been? Can we speak to the gift that he's been at the top of the rotation? Can you imagine, guys, what we'd be talking about if we never signed Garrett Cole?
Oh my God.
So that's where I'm
imagine
going
last
with it.
year without him. So I'm gonna give a little salute here myself.
How do you call those games, Pete?
I mean, I'd have to do it anyway. I mean, listen, let's be honest. I called some shit games last year. There's a lot of shit. I remember one time I remember going, what the fuck was this? 5 minutes? The Yankees are already out. 1, 2, 3. I said they give it no hit for 5 minutes every single day. It never ended. It was like hell.
Oh man.
But you know what? It's a hell of a pat on the back to actually do it. That's why I said,
no, you're right.
You got the balls to question my faith and my love to the Yankees. You got something seriously wrong with you. But anyway,
you're right.
I want to salute first and foremost, of course, our community comes before anything. Forget the Yankees, forget anything else. This NYYU community comes before absolutely anything. You guys are unbelievable. So I just want to say to a safe and happy and, of course, healthy 2024 coming on up. You guys are the absolute GOATs. Greatest community out there. Other people might say it. They don't mean it. Trust me. No. You guys are the absolute GOATs, and we here will be nothing without you all. To my brother Francis Lee on his happy return. No more Casper the Ghost. He is back in the fold, baby.
I love it.
All right?
I love it.
Everybody, if you're at home, you got a little something out there, I salute to each and every one of you. Here we go. Throw it on back, folks. Yeah.
It's not for the
That'll warm you up.
Not for the faint of heart.
That'll warm you up when you're cold, baby.
Nah,
Francis, man. Here's the beautiful thing. I haven't heard something in a long friggin' time. I think you know what it is, but I haven't heard it in quite some time. And man, oh man, have I missed it.
I think the fans probably missed it. I miss saying it. Oh, man.
I mean, if you're ready to go ahead, lead us out the show.
Listen, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the return of the OGs, designated Spittaz, your boy Francis, your boy Pete. We back one more time, for everybody in the chat. Happy New Year's to you guys. Wishing you guys all health, wealth, all of that, everything you want. Most importantly,
God bless.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandmothers, subscribe. The U is the place to be. Join the U, man. Join the family, join the movement. You don't want to get left behind, all right? We are doing big things in 2024. Today is literally just the beginning. I think it's so symbolic that the Spittaz are talking on New Year's Eve on the eve of what is going to be such a big year for NYYU. So without further ado, why am I rhyming so much before I say it? Fuck it. Without further ado, though, I will say keep it locked and stay tuned because y'all already know that the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
Oh, man, have I missed that?
What? Hey, you gotta say yours, man.
I'm gonna say mine. Don't worry about that. But first and foremost, the beautiful, lovely, wonderful fiance says 2024 will be epic for NYYU. Oh yeah, let's fucking go, no doubt about it. Save Your Heart says peace on earth. Of course, God bless each and every one in the chat. No question about it. But this is indeed the new world order of Yankees baseball, folks, right here. This is it, folks, right here. The new world order of Yankee baseball. But again, guys, as I like to say, we will never come whack on a designated Spittaz track. Shout out to my brother Montel Jordan. What's good, fam?
That's a fact.
That being said, fam, we are out, guys. Don't worry, because we here for good, baby. 2024 to the moon. God bless everybody. See you later, baby. We out.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Play too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, so I'm running numbers up. Lucky that I'm strolling up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the Billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on their radar. Top